Next 5 years, we aim to be the largest supplier of sports nutrition in the world. We're shooting for 1,000 stores. So, if I had said that, a year ago, and especially 8 years ago when we kicked off, I wouldn't even know what to say. I would just laugh. But looking at it now, it's in my sights, and it's going to happen. I'm Luke McNally. I founded Mass Nutrition back in 2006, which was a small sports nutrition company. We've pushed on to 43 stores now in Australia and New Zealand, and pushing on globally. And this is my story. At 12, 13, 14 years of age, I was playing drums and stuff in bands, and even busking on the streets and things like that. And it was always a nice little victory, or when the dollars came in and you weren't reliant on mum and dad to ask them for some money. So I guess from a very early age, I learnt the lesson of working for yourself. And just like every other young bloke, if I went and did worked at Pizza Huts and video stores and family business, working on the family nursery, which I certainly enjoyed. But even if the pay or the wage or something was a fraction of what I was earning, working for other people, it wasn't the same kind of feeling. So for me, there's always been that drive and that goal, not to do things for anyone else, but and not to answer for anyone else. I don't like answering to too many people, but I guess it's always been, I wanted to work for myself and be my own boss and create my own things. So that was always a massive driver for me. I never thought I'd have 5 stores. When I started, I never even wanted a store. So I went from wanting, just to be a small online supplier to, take my good mate came on board from school, and he was the one that said, let's open a store. I'm Denard, and he finally talked me into it. And then I did one store, and then another store, and then we took on a third guy, and we did a third store, and then we started licensing, and it just went 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 through the roof. And initially, the goal, when we first kicked off together, it was 5 stores would be nice, and then it was 10 stores would be nice, and then 30 stores would be nice. And every time we hit a goal, we'd push for something more. And then it was to be the biggest chain in Australia, which we took that we took that trophy maybe 2 years ago. And now it's certainly global expansion. Obviously, as a bodybuilder and mostly as a bodybuilder, traveling around, and I've done a lot of coaching of international athletes, and so I'll get to go to international shows and overseas. And it's certainly become apparent that we actually have something pretty special. Like I have to pinch myself a lot of times when these big names go, this brand, you need to bring this brand here and here and here, and these are people from all different places of the world. They say the brand they love it, and it would fit in so well. So I guess it was time to open our eyes and make that the new goal. The big thing for me in terms of running the business, and the scariest part was, I was a massive micromanager. I wanted to be finger on the pulse with every little part of the business. And I mean, on one hand, that's good because you can see what's happening, and you want to know what's happening, and no one can run your business like you can, if you know what I mean. I mean, people can specialise in certain parts, but no one has the love and the passion for what you do more than you. That makes sense. So it was the scariest thing for me was once the business got to the size of even a quarter of what it is now, trying to do all those things just became a 18-hour day, really, with very little sleep, trying to even do your own bookkeeping and things like that. And it wasn't until we took on guys like David from Oculus and Fabian, who's my sort of business coach as well, and they sort of when they put a dollar value figure on the things that I was doing, and what it would cost me to let them go and focus on the things that I'm good at. It became apparent that certainly it was time to do so, but it's certainly a very, very scary thing, letting integral parts of your business go to other people and trust that the job's going to be done right. and I lost a lot of sleep over it, and probably made far too many phone calls than I needed to, asking for reports and how things were going and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, the scariest decision that I make was letting go, but it was also certainly not only was it the best decision that I made, but it was the only decision that I could make. It was either do that or burn out. There hasn't really been one cracking moment. Like from the time that we opened the first store back in 2008 to the time we opened the 43rd store yesterday, the whole thing's been like just hold on and just hold on and go for the ride. Every single store brings joy and that sort of stuff. But for me, it's the little wins. It's when I wake up and I have 200 emails to get back to, and I'm getting blasted by investors and owners and managers and all sorts of stuff. They're the moments when you go, oh man, this is killing me. I don't know why I'm doing this. And then when you turn on your Facebook and there's been a woman that's hated her life for the last 40 years, and she's been 150 kilos, and she's walked into one of your stores, and the guy that you've trusted to own and operate that store because you had faith in them, prove themselves to you by they've given this person this advice. Might have given them a bit of a meal plan and some stuff to follow, but more than anything, they've given her the hope and the motivation to change her life. And she puts up a before and after picture, and she talks about how she was miserable for the last 40 years, and thanks our company and thanks the specific person for changing her life. And that's not an isolated incident. These are, with the amount of stores we've got and the amount of personalities and people I have on board, these are happening every day. So anytime that things start to overwhelm, I don't have to look far for a story like that, and they're the wins for me, and they're the times that I go, we're doing a good thing, and I want to keep doing this for a long time.